Hello everybody. So the other day I posted a video for basically beginner crochet, and I felt like I got a good response. I'm going to use this yarn instead of that yarn. And so I thought we would do a little bit more beginner stuff. No, that's not going to work either. So what I want to show, of course, we're wrapping our fingers like this, weaving them in and out, holding with these two, and we have our needle. Now, some people will go ahead and put a slip knot in here at this point. I like to just take my my hook, call them a hook, and I twirl it, and that's what I use. And so here's how it's gonna work. I wanna make sure you can see what I'm doing. Here we go. I take my needle, I put it down and over, and hook that yarn in. And then I bring it back, and it's going to grab that yarn now. And I'm holding the end of the loop I made, and I'm bringing it through and in. Okay, let me show you again. I'm bringing it through. No, that's not what I'm doing. I'm looping it around here. That's called yarning over. And bringing it down, and it's going to hook in, hook through. So I'm going to hook, yarn over, grab that, and bring it down. Using my finger for my tension. So I'm taking it, yarning over, and pulling it through. This is just a chain. That's all I'm going to do in this video, is just a chain. So anybody that's just starting, you always start with a chain. I can't think any crochet project that I've ever done that hasn't started with a chain. Now, if you're doing something round, you might do hook it through or whatever at this point, but we're going to do maybe just a little something so I can show you different stitches and stuff. But at this point, we're just doing our chain stitch. So we're going to yarn over, bring it through. Again, now I'm going to move this and put my fingers here closer. And I'm going to yarn it over, put it in, make sure it catches in that hook, and bring that hook through the loop. Yarning over, bringing it through. Yarning over, bringing it through. I'm not even counting my stitches right now. Like I said, I'm doing this more for very beginners that want to know. So I'm going to yarn over, make sure it hooks in, and put it through. Now, I always like to turn my hook as I go so that that part is going through the long part of that loop. And of course, that's up to you how you like to do that. Okay, yarning over, making sure it hooks in and going through. Yarning over, bringing it 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 through. Just keep doing that. And I'm trying to do it where you can see what I'm doing. or just, you can see this yarn frays. But I'm just going to keep doing that and let that go where it wants. And later on, if I want to trim it, you can just trim that fuzz off. You can trim it before if you feel like you need to. So just yarning it over. I'm going to let it come out so you can definitely see what I'm doing. This is the simplest. Like, we used to do this without a crochet hook. Just kind of doing slip knots. Yarning over, bringing it through. Yarning over, bringing it through. Bringing it through. And of course, you use your tension to decide how tight or loose you want it. I like to try to do my chain kind of on the loose side, just because you're gonna crochet your next stitches in here. This one I didn't do loose because I was showing you how to do it, and I wasn't really paying attention to whether it was tight or loose. But that's basically what we do. So you can see these ones are looser. The thing about crochet is, once you get it, it's kind of stretchy. So yarning over, bringing it through. If you wanted to do something round, like I'm doing ponchos, so the neck bands are round to start. And you just take your last, goes through your first, and you do a slip stitch. Now I'm saying my first, that does not include my little twisty knot here. So I go in here, and a slip stitch is just going to be these two loops, bring yarn over and bring it straight through. And that's a slip stitch, and that joins your stitches. So you can also do slip stitch. I guess I'll do the slip stitch in this video too. You can also do a slip stitch to get your yarn and your hook where you want it. So if I don't want to start right here at the beginning, I can slip stitch all the way through to where I want to go. And it still adds a little bit of a knot. It still gives you a knot, but it's a knot that's pretty easy to hide within your crochet project, right? Because I'm going to crochet right under where that slip stitch is. So I hope that makes sense. So just go to your next one. Get those two hooks, yarn over, and bring this through both those loops. And that gives you the slip stitch. This is where I'm going to stop. I might do, maybe I will do something round since we already did this. But you can see I would have started here, but I slip stitched all the way over here. Normally you wouldn't go that far. You would only go a couple stitches. But I wanted to show you more me doing the slip stitch. So there we go. There's our chain. And I will come back at some point and we will do, I'll probably do like the first row, single stitch, second row, double, third row. I think that's called a tremble or treble or whatever, but it's basically a triple stitch. There's a 1.5. So we can look at the different stitches if you want, and you don't have to watch the videos, but if you're a beginner crocheter and you're interested, then I'm going to go ahead and show you some stitches And yesterday I talked about starting, not yesterday, the other day, is starting your yarn, you doing your tension, stuff like that. So you might find that helpful if you're a beginner to go back on my channel and find that. So all right, everybody, if you like my video, please hit the like and subscribe button. Thank you for joining me. I hope you join me again. Everybody have a blessed day. Bye-bye now.